Hi, I'm Scott, and this is the video version of my blog, We Forgot TV. I've been gone for a few days, or a week, maybe even a little bit longer. I've been getting ready for my move to Bellingham. I've been living in Seattle for 4 years, after living in Alaska my whole life. And, getting ready to move, so doing that packing and getting rid of stuff, and just trying to get all of the loose ends tied up and seeing friends and all of that. So it's been a little bit crazy, and because of that, I've just sort of let this become really an after thing. I don't want it to be a complete after thing, but it's good to see that I can go away from it and come back to it, and that it's still here, and that it will always still be here. Whenever I want to let my creativity out, that's something that I can always do. So, I'm here today to do a Mantra Monday. I was just in my writings talking about how I, this weekend, got to perform at HempFest with the pizza party. We did Space Station Steven. We performed it 4 times, almost 5 times, and had a lot of fun doing that with our boombox and performing in front of hi people. That was a lot of fun. And so I did that. And then Saturday I woke up and I went, it'd be awesome if I went and did bubbles. I had a bubble show for the high people at the Hemp Fest. And the pot advocates. It's not everybody's high, but so I think to myself, this would be great. But then I start thinking about how they had made me pour out my liquid the day before, and I said there would be no open liquids allowed in. And so I psyched myself out, and I said, well, I could go, but if I try to go, then they're not going to let me in, so I shouldn't go. And so I don't go. And then I feel sort of bad about that the next day. I go, there was a lot of other reasons that you didn't want to go, some of it being you don't like to necessarily perform in front of people or that kind of stuff, and that's, something understandable. But it all ended up coming down to me making this ultimate excuse of if I went there, they were going to dump out my bubble mix, and then I wouldn't be able to do it, so it wasn't even worth going. It wasn't even worth checking. It wasn't even worth seeing. And I thought that's not okay. That's not an okay way for me to go about thinking about life. So Sunday, I got chance too, because it was still going on. And I decided, even if they were going to try to dump out my bubble mix, I'd still try to go. And if they said that I couldn't go in, then I'd do bubbles outside of HempFest. Because I'm sure that there were going to be a lot of people that were stoned, returning and leaving, and enjoying bubbles. And so I decide that I'm going to go. And I go, and they check, and they don't care. They don't even, I open my bag. I have this glass container that I have to dip my bubble wand in, and they've been confiscating glass containers from people all day long, and they don't even care about my bubble container or my they don't act like I open it up and I don't have anything to hide, so they just were like, okay, go by. I completely forgot to even mention, but the first people that I run into when I first get off of the bridge to enter HempFest were people that I camped with at Rainbow Gathering. Like people that I met and camped next to. And I had no idea they were going to be there. They had no idea I was going to be there. It was just super coincidence and awesome. And so I did bubbles. I did bubbles for people for the day, and it was awesome, and people had fun. And then I had a little bit of bubble mix left over, and I went to Cal Anderson Park, and I did bubbles. And kids got to pop those bubbles, which was a lot of fun for those kids. And I didn't have a lot of bubble mix, so it was only for 10 minutes at that end of the day time. But it was just rad, nice, perfect wind. Bubbles were just flowing, and it was awesome. So this was just, for me, one of those examples of when I build up these concepts in my head that something is going to be a certain way, and that I should not try or I should not attempt because I already know the way that it's going to end. That's not something that I get the chance to know. That's not something that any of us get the chance to know. And so we need to just have faith and understand that things can go well for us when we believe things can go well for us. And that's what we get into with some of these Mantra Mondays. And so today it's a mantra about protection. And it's a mantra about being able to protect yourself from some of those feelings that come up sometimes surrounding things that we want to do. And those, no, we can't do that because of this and because of that and because of this and because... And are those real reasons? Are those real? Sometimes they are. But a lot of the times, they're just like this bubble situation for me. I thought I knew what it was going to be like. And it wasn't anything like I thought it was going to be. The same was to be said with Space Station Stephen's performance the night before. So today's mantra is Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. And that is a general mantra for protection. And one of the translations that I thought was really pretty for it is salutations to she who is beautiful, to the seeker of truth, and terrible in appearance to those who injure devotees of truth. That's pretty profound. Oh, but yeah. I hope that everybody is having an amazing life and they're not giving in to some of those nasty thoughts. Nasty. Alright. Sending out love to everyone. Everyone.